Jayhawk legends are made on the court.
Game is over. Jayhawks win it.
And just a few miles from Allen Fieldhouse, they're poured into bronze.
The smaller something is, the harder it is to get all the little details. And these have a lot of detail.
Kansas City sculptor Robin Richardson has brought 6 generations of Jayhawks to life for the first time ever.
You know, we're starting from a two-dimensional image. And as far as I know, on the first 5, no one had ever interpreted those three-dimensionally that would satisfy KU.
Richardson studied under the legendary sculptor Quan Wu, whose work is all over the area, from Iron Horse Golf Club to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum to Kauffman Stadium and the front of Allen Fieldhouse.
Quan Wu was my mentor, and he was brought to Kansas by Teft, Professor Teft, who recently passed away. But so I had an opportunity to work with Quan, who had worked with Eldon Teft, and so I owe a lot to both of them.
Most of these were designed by university students.
But it was the artist's nephew who launched the project with KU.
I've been admiring my uncle's artwork since I was a child, and we would get together for holiday gatherings and stuff, and just admire all of his artwork. And I asked him I think in 2009, would you be willing to make birds? And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm talking about the Jayhawks.
And these birds get the royal treatment. They're sculpted out of clay from which a mold is made. The mold is used to produce a wax casting.
Because the legs were so small that we had to put wooden pins in there to strengthen it, so it would hold up during this process.
The figure gets 5 dips in a ceramic slurry. From there, the wax is burned out of the mold in a kiln.
The wax has already been evacuated from it, but we need to cure the ceramic, so we have to continue this process for an hour and a half at 1700 degrees so that the ceramic is strong enough to hold the bronze that's going to be poured into it.
And finally, molten bronze at a temperature over 2,000 degrees is poured into the shell. This lost wax process is thousands of years old and incredibly labor-intensive, but the result is amazing.
Growing up in this area and being a fan of KU basketball, and sure, yeah, it's very special.
I went to KU, was fortunate enough to be there in '88 and had Danny Manning sitting right next to me in one of my classes, and now to come back, years after this, after graduation, and to be able to be working with the university, to get the license to be able to do this and to introduce this to all the Jayhawk fans has been a dream come true for me.